Project A on the fib strategy teaches us how to place trend lines, right? And so when we place trend lines, we want to anchor our trend lines on candle bodies. That's important. Ideally, we don't want to be cutting through candles. So in this situation over here, you have a little bit of a not a great trend line. This is how I would place it, right? Start at the top of the wave, not on the wick, on the close of the candles, and anchor it on the next one. In this specific example, since price action was so vertical down, I would even have a secondary trend line, right? So the one you're having makes sense, but I would have both, right? This is how I would have it on my chart. Down here, same thing, right? This wave started much lower. It started here on the bottom, so this is where your trend line should start, from the bottom, and then if price diverges from it a lot, right, very steep to the upside, then you can have a secondary trend line here to track a little bit closer to price action. But I would keep both trend lines on my chart. Make sure we don't cut through candles, and make sure that you don't anchor your trend lines on wicks, right? Always the candle bodies. So this is, I think, your biggest issue, Bala. I think we saw the same thing with Haiti, right? Don't anchor your trend lines on wicks, always on the candle bodies, and don't cut through candles too, right? When this happens, your trend line needs to adjust. Other than that, this looks pretty good. And I was busy through the week, through the holidays. So here's project B as well. A few clarifications regarding FIP, how to draw wick or from body. So that's what we were talking about earlier. Ideally, always from the candle body. So from where the candle closes. Let's look at how you did here the other time. So first thing is you want your FIPs to start from the candle closes, ideally. If you have an area like this, make this a little bit larger, where you have multiple wicks in the same area, so long it's not a rogue wick, you can anchor your fib here, right? If you're looking to fib this way. So what you can do is use a rogue wick like this. But if you have multiple wicks like you did just here, that's okay. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to start your fib here, right? Your impulse to the upside started here on the bottom. So this is where your fib should be anchored, down there, right? Looking at this alone, you can use fibs as continuations and have like just specific waves. But I only do that in trending markets, and this is the very first impulse straight out of a reversal, right? We're moving lower, so that's not something I would do. Always want to anchor it down here on the very origination of